Let's go. How you doing? I'm gonna call you Wim. How you doing, Wim? How you doing? I'm not excited to be facing the future Saturn rats. Potentially, I might be one. A future one. How are you doing? It's great to see you. But okay. It's been a while since I played this game. So, I gotta try to lock in. I'm crunching on last minute revisions, to be honest. Yep, I am gonna be following suit very soon. So, Wim, you been enjoying the game lately? Because honestly, I don't know. It feels like every time I return back to this game, something crazy happens. Ooh, that's a good one. The game feels like a chore lately. Really? Yeah, I can understand that though. I can understand that. But I'm just happy I have all my utas. Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah. Ooh. Stay hydrated. I'm glad you got all your utas. Um, I'm definitely summoning for Saturn. Besides Saturn, I do want to get Kuzan. Now, non-EX wise, I think I would want to get Nami because I actually like enjoyed her gameplay, and I do see that she's in. Oh yeah, wanted to mention your mic is quite low today. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Do 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 do. Okay, that should be better. I hope. Yeah, I hope that's better. I turned it up a little. Thank you for the heads up. Yeah, much. All right, cool, cool. So, Wim, how's life been? Hopefully, life has been a-okay. Hopefully. Yeah, I think I do want to do this 20 and 30. Hmm? Dark Shinobi. What you what you doing here, man? How you been? I forgot. Am I in SS? Dang, I am. All right. Yeah, I might need to go this team. We'll just see. We'll just see how the first match goes. Yo, yo, Candido, how you doing? All right. Also, TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. Chilling. How about you? Well, I'm chilling. I just woke up. Um, how's life? Mostly just trying to get this semester over with. I feel that. I feel that, man. For me, I've been working the pumpkin patch. I've been working the pumpkin patch since the beginning of October. Bro, it's been a journey. I Yesterday a kid busted their head on the concrete. And I couldn't really like do anything to help them. I didn't mean to press it. Dang, how we lose that fast? What happened? I hope the kid's okay. She's good. It was just she fell because of herself. Bro, that that didn't even last long. All right. Looks like I'm gonna need to. Did I try Cosmic yet? No, I haven't. It's fully downloaded now, so that's good. So let me explain what happened to the kid. Uh, Meanwhile, my country recently had 14-year-old commit. Oh, on a 16-year-old girl who rejected him? What? Whoa, that is. Nah, that's crazy. And you know what? Okay, now thinking about it, where was that kid's parents? Because the parents should be around to prevent stuff like that. The Pumpkin Patch U, just for this October. Wild times. That's facts. Now I will tell y'all. Eventually, I'm gonna be leaving the retail job, but I gotta find a good substitute. I've been talking, looking around. Oh my god! Thank you so much. Yes, sir. It happened at school? It happened at school? You see, that's when schools gotta lock in. Oh my god.
Wait, what defender am I supposed to use against?
Bless the person who sings. It was not me. It was my brother.
Yo, what are these games? Oh no, has it been like this?
It's just been Kizaru and Luffy's.
What the heck do I use against this? Because I definitely can't use. Okay, I guess I gotta use this team.
I don't really know what else to use. You seem like you'd make a good salesman.
Hey, I appreciate it.
You got that overall chill vibe that makes peeps trust you. Hey, I yo.
All right, starting the day off with positivity. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So that's what this game's been.
God, I see why I took a break. This is
Not fun.
what.
But you know the crazy part is people people will see the state of the game and someone will say skill issue. It's crazy to me. Yo, you cannot be serious, bruh.
Yo, what? What hit me? Hello? Wait, actually, what?
Kizaru was stunned.
Nah, come on, bruh.
Also, the fact you're playing with the last few hours of the
Current season. God, this is horrible. Tell you that. Huh? What the heck hit me? Yo, yo, what? What is this game right now, yo? What is this game? This is not okay. Oh my god. Yep, back to the bounty rush I know and hate. Okay, I have to. swear I was still behind something. Okay. Yep. Going back to the bounty rush I know and love so much. Freaking horrible. Bro, that I didn't even we haven't even won a game yet. That was the first 3 matches, bro. Oh my god. It's freaking horrendous. You can see this sucks because I have more marine characters than anything else. And then this freaking Luffy is just doing max damage. Yeah, I can't wait to max Nami. I actually don't know what character to use. I guess that. EOMM is real here. It kind of is, bro. See, Wim, I really thought like there wouldn't be that many. At least I can have a decent return back. That nah. It wasn't decent. It was pain. You got Luffy's around the map, one-shotting people, getting the flags fast. And then you got Kizaru. And then Kuzan. It's crazy. Okay, I gotta act like a defender. Yo, Nero, how you doing? What's good? What's good? Yeah, we. Yeah, we. The worst part is when you get 3 Luffy V2s and 1 Kizaru, especially with Kizaru being the strongest in the team. Bro, it sucks. Good. What about you, homie? I'm doing all right. Pull Garp and demolish them all. You know, I try to, and then Luffy decides, oh, I'm a star. I'm gonna use my star gun. Dang, I really thought I timed that.
But yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, Bodyguard Kizaru. See, I said it before and I'll say it again. The thing that this game needs to do is Max Garp can stop Luffy's trust. See, I just wish that worked for me. I don't have a I don't have a Max Garp. I have a level 100 Garp.
Look how long he's look how long he stays as a freaking kaiju.
Bro, he just be rolling around.
The thing is, he does more damage to marine characters.
Most of the Marines are like my stronger characters. Maybe I should put runner. Like I could do runner and Z, I guess.
Dang, but it's like what runner? See, if I had a like a maxed out Niji, I would probably use Niji.
And Fujitora is not max, but I guess. Well, actually, you know what? I could do Lucci and Garp. Okay.
But yeah, we'll see how this is going. Good. What about you, homie? I'm doing good. It's starting to be questionable playing this game, but I'm doing good so far.
Um,
You know, life is interesting. It is that I feel like that's how I feel right now. Life is just interesting. Cuz it's like there's a lot of good stuff happening, but also the bad stuff when it does happen, it's just like, "Oh my god." What I dodged.
I dodged. I was behind him. All right. what you wanna do? Well, this is a weird predicament we're in. What you, bro?
I'm over here like I don't know what to do. Yakuza, how you doing? What's good? Garp is still gonna clap Saturn.
Bro,
Oh, apparently the new Squirrel Girl and Thor skins are limited to November. Okay. Lucci is strong in flag area. Yeah, I just had the fear of getting one-shotted by an Akainu, which unfortunately has happened a lot of times. Okay, so I think I now know where my skill level is in this game. And I've said this before, but this, with these two new, with the new character being Gear 5 Luffy, my skill level is capped at S+. So, for the time being, I'm gonna be here. And it's gonna hurt, but it's alright. Life hurts. Akainu was boosted. Bro, he kept trying to go after me, bro. You see, this is another problem I have. Every time I play every time I don't have a defender, we don't have defenders. Every time, stay in flag, spam normals, and you good. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that and pray that it works. Man, I'm getting this other one. Yeah, screw that. Huh? Wait, did I not get a perfect dodge? What? We need to be boosted, bro. I need to boost my characters. Oh my god. This little freaking rat. Hello?
Bro, oh my god. WW. Bro, I was praying. No, no, no. Protect the middle. Protect the middle. Okay. Oh my god. Thank you, Nightbot. Okay. We got that. Look. I'm gonna try to get back to SS, bro. I'm gonna try. But like there's too many demons on this game. And you know I can't play this game when like Soul is playing. Cause though what is it? The Akatsuki come out and they just like hunt Soul. Man, I don't want to deal with that. I just want to chill games. Oh, by the way, is anybody summoning for Saturn? Because I know I am. I'm actually very excited to play Saturn, personally. You know what's crazy? I want to play Green Bull, bro. But it's like, if there's a Luffy on the enemy team, I can't play Green Bull. I'm playing, though. Oh, also, let me do this. There we go. Okay, right now, besides Kizaru, Garp, and V2 Luffy, who are like the most used characters currently? Oh god, there's a Luffy. Oh god, okay. This is gonna be fun. So fun. But it's all good. Oh, someone subbed on YouTube? On Twitch. Shout out. Yeah, do that. Oh, God. Why is the Luffy always what I have to fight? Most of my games have been a lot of Kuzons, Luchis. Kuzon, Luchis, Sabos, and Uta. I swear, I see an Uta every like blue moon, bro. But I only stay in low SS. Look, I either stay in S plus or S or low SS.
Like honestly, I can't even get past 200
in SS, bro. It's bad. Like every time I get to 200 SS, that's where I am.
And also, it is crazy that Luffy just made all Marines horrible to play. I need to get who's like a good runner that's not a EX.
Cause that's really what I need. Cause I mean I have Fujitora, but he's literally just a runner. Um, maybe I could put resources in the Niji and start using him. Or I already got her level 80, but I could use Egghead Nami.
When was the last time I was in SS Plus?
A few minutes ago. I mean now, I guess. But bro,
Candido, it's literally just been a back and forth. I've either been in low SS or struggling to get past S plus. And when I say struggling, bro, almost every match has a Kizaru or a Luffy now. It's horrible. But yeah, Nami. See, I played her, and honestly, I liked her gameplay. I don't see anybody using Nami in League. Like, did she fall off or something? Yeah, I might just put resources in the Niji, because I know Niji is a good runner. Also, let me change the music. How the Rivals community thinks Rivals is in a nutshell.
Niji's better? Dang.
Wait, I forgot. Can Niji... Can he get the flag when people are on it? Oh, yes. Yes, he can. Can't ignore the enemy, capture the flag. Niji holds up a little better than Egghead Nami, in my opinion, but damage reduction, high HP on Nami.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I just like her. Maybe it's because I like her gameplay more than Fuji. Plus, it feels like, unlike Fujitora, she can actually defend herself, you know? Honestly, I might just need to go the double.
Okay, so every time I've been on a losing streak,
I just go double runner and just focus on capturing flags.
I'm gonna use Kaido. True. Yeah, because it's like Fujitora is a natural, is just a runner character. I need a runner who can also defend himself. About rivals, I'm still waiting for Mr. Fantastic to get his swimsuit. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna do it, brother. It's only a matter of time. I mean, they could. They could. Oh my god. Yo, could I go back to S Plus? This is the first match back. What's up, Jay Balmer? How you doing? First match back, and there's 3 Luffy's. Oh, goodness gracious me. And the worst part is that Luffy is gonna, once I get this flag, that Luffy is gonna come over here and I'm gonna have to 1v1 him, bro. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, he ran. He's gonna use his skill. What the Oh, okay. Alright, game. I feel it. Okay. I'm gonna try to get up top. Okay, scratch that. Okay. Okay, come on. No, freaking 1v1. I'm just gonna have to accept we lost this. Which is not hard to accept. Okay. He's the only one who doesn't have a summer skin. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think they'll eventually give him a skin. They'll eventually give him one. JC Bomber? I mean, I say JC. J Bomber, how you doing? Hope you're having a good one. Oh my god. What the heck do I do? I literally don't know what characters to use. Okay, okay. You know what? There's a way. There's a way.
Most of the people in SS are playing rooms.
With each other. Oh, joy. Joy is there.
The one thing I don't have. I think your Kaido held up well though. You just need to bait the giant Luffy parry. Yeah, I do. I do see that Luffy's love to spam the shield. Well, the parry. Oh, they have a Garp too. That's. Oh God.
Okay, okay. There's a way. There's a way. There's a will. There's a way.
Randoms always suck.
Look,
Just gotta keep the positivity.
that's all I can mentally do. All right, let's do it. Okay. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to press that. How did the bro? You are fighting him. How did? You know what? Don't question Bounty Rush logic. Bounty Rush logic is never flawed.
He broke my shield first, man.
Oh my god. Give me this. Bro, do we not have runners? I swear to God. Where are the runners? We have 0 runners, bro. We don't have a single runner, bro. We don't have a single runner. We don't have a single runner. W positivity. I don't know how long that's gonna last, bro. Oh my god. I I don't know what to do. I guess I'll do this team. Um, yeah, I guess. Bro, I don't know. I don't know how to handle this game anymore, bro.
Look at this. Okay.
Just revealed Thor's newest skin and MVP.
Oh, that's sick.
Marvel Rivals just revealed Thor's newest skin and MVP.
Okay, that's sick. That is sick.
Looks like you're having fun. Sure. Okay, okay. Um, I can go back to old reliable, which look, when all else failed in the past, I always had my claw out. Cause I would say, oh yeah, I could use Fujitora. Nah. Okay, okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. See, the worst part is, if I use Marine characters, because I won't lie, I really wanted Green Bull, and I enjoyed playing Green Bull, but now Green Bull is, you don't even see him. Like, he's just hard to play. Now I need to see Thor being carried by a gold ship. Who knows? Hey, who knows? Who knows? They might do it. Why? What? Get out of here. Because I'm max health, I can't. Because I'm not max health, bro. I can't fill up the flag. That's so dumb. Is there two of them? Of course. Okay. Okay. Somehow, some way. No, I'm good. I'm giving it to you. I'm sick of giving likes to Luffy's. Everybody else is getting kills. I'm fighting for my life. Yeah, it feels like that. That's how it is for me specifically in this game. I don't know. I can't talk about everybody else, but me, I'm fighting for my life, bro. It feels like this game actually gets more frustrating the more it goes on. And frustrating in the case of we have characters that are literally just breaking the game. And I know y'all saw it. Yeah, I do have Kizaru. And I won't lie, sometimes I play him because I thought he was a cool character. But this skill 1 gotta get nerfed. I've said this before, I'll say it again. This skill 1 literally makes him he makes him so useful because he can hit everything. Like, you don't even need to be good at Kizaru. You could just spam skill 1 on cooldown. Like, every single time. Alright. But yeah, they gotta nerf. They gotta nerf his skill 1. If they do that, he'll be better for just the entire game. Cause, God. But now it's like if you nerf him, if you nerf his skill 1, you still gotta deal with Luffy. And honestly, what the heck do you even do against Luffy, bro? I would say, oh yeah, you can use Garp. I swear, every time I fight Luffy, he one-shots me every single time, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously because I've taken so many breaks off this game because the Kizaru meta was boring. Even though the Kizaru meta is still around, now we have to deal with the Kizaru and freaking V2 Luffy. I don't know what to do for this game. Wait, I can't fill up the flag. Oh my god. I got hit from the... He wasn't even aiming at me. Of course. That's just perfect. That's just perfect. Um, I, I don't know. I was about to say, yeah, I'll use that team, but no, I gotta use somebody who can get flags. And I guess my only choice are my two characters. I mean, I could try Nami, but she's literally gonna get one-shotted. Who got you torturing yourself? What you mean, bruh? Look, Dark. The people have been asking me to play this game, and I won't lie, I did want to play it. But you know, it's kind of like how we play Rivals. Like, we play it, and then after a certain amount of matches, we just want to get off it. Like, truly, I do love this game and appreciate it. But I think this game is too far gone. I don't know. Anybody who plays Bounty Rush, if you're still in here, let me know how do you feel about the current state of the game? Cause it feels like every time I come back, something crazy happens. Garp, you work today? Yes, I do. I'm just getting a stream in. Yeah. I only play to get my daily rainbow diamonds, and I just let it rot till the next day. Oh God. Well, back in SS. I mean, back in S plus. See, I really hate this because it's really like I can only use Fujitora as my runner right now. God. Who else? I mean, I could use Bluno. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do this team. But yes, Dark, I do work today, 4 to 9 o'clock at the pumpkin patch. I know that people are going to come around by the end of October when Halloween starts. So, enjoying the non-moving stuff before we have to move everything. Cap 1 and die. That's how it feels. It really feels like that, true.
9. Yep. That was my schedule for yesterday too, Dark. That's why that's when they called me and then it started raining.
Bro, what?
Oh, I got killed by Luffy. PM? Yes, PM.
Wait, what the? Well, since you're fighting him.
Bro,
It's actually kind of impossible.
want to play some of that Behind the Mask?
Hey, bet.
But yeah, Dark, that's my schedule. That's why I've been doing a lot of night streams lately. It's because that's the time when I get off. Also, I gotta help my mom real quick, so enjoy the music. All right, we back. Whoa, what happened to my voice? Okay. Okay, we go back in. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what the game at this point needs. I think we need more characters that can handle EXs if we don't have EXs. And they need to give I think they need to give like better rates, better drop rates in some of the banners that come out. Honestly, Luffy is the only runner I see. It, a pity system? A pity system would be good. I feel like it's dumb that there's no pity system. Honestly, kind of crazy we don't have a pity system. How did I get hit? Then at least, even if you lose, you're guaranteed. Yeah, I agree with that. It, bro, they need to give us. They need to give better frags as well. Like, gold frag should be easy to farm. I personally feel like, because we constantly have to save every frag we have just for one character, and it takes so long half the time if you don't want to keep summoning. Like, not everybody is gonna be like Soul, who just yeah, not everybody is gonna be like Soul, who has the income and everything to constantly keep summoning and max out a character. Though at this point, there's probably a bunch of souls that play this game that probably do that. Like even if, and I'll even say this, even if it has to be something we have to buy, which I hate to say it, but that's the only way we could potentially get change, is if they add they add like some type of pass that gives you enough frags to at least max out a character. And I hate to say it because I don't want to give them ideas, but it's like, dang. Like, bro, I still don't have Kizaru maxed out because I only summoned once. Well, once I summoned and got him, then I didn't play the game for like a while. You know what? I'll be honest, bro. I want to play Kizaru. And I know I'm playing devil's advocate right now. But yeah, I kind of just want to play Kizaru just for like 1 or 2 matches. Well, they do have the character missions pass for more frags, but even that isn't till max sometimes. Yeah. And then, the good thing is it gets you to level 80, but it's like, level 80 is eh. Level 80 is very eh. And especially now, you gotta be... See, now I have to focus on, like, trying to actually boost my characters, because I don't... For most of the EXs I own, I don't have any of them, like boost 2 or something, you know? No, I thought I used my triangle. An auto clicker snake. Yeah, you saw that too. I was so sad. Because I'm like, damn, I really gotta deal with this. This man's barely get more combos. It's crazy. Of course, I get hit by that too. Wait, did I at least touch it? Oh, I did. Dang, I thought I pressed that in time. I swear, did the game lag out on me or something? My God. Yeah, I do think they... And again, even if it's something we have to buy, I wouldn't even mind. I won't lie, Kizaru is fun to play. It's just, I feel like skill 1 gotta be fixed. because the fact that skill 1 hits anyone that's on the flags is crazy. I'm gonna head out. I got an exam in like 9 hours. All right, Wim, you take care. You have a good time on your test. Well, exam. And great to see you. Great to see you. I wish YouTube didn't do that thing with the names. It's weird. But yeah, you take care, Wim. Appreciate you being here. Also, Candido, are you here? If you're not here, that's all good. Dang, I got with somebody? That's crazy. Bro, this character is so broken. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts right there. Let me get my skill 1. Let me get my skill 1. Oh. Wait, that killed me? I thought I hit him. Wait, he killed me instead of the Bro, it's happened 3 times today. What's going on? All right, nice. All right, nice, nice. Okay, we're gonna switch gears. Shout out to the people who were here for Bounty Rush. So this is gonna be a new thing I'm doing, by the way. Just for people who like Bounty Rush and Dark Shinobi. If you wanted to know, this is the reason. I thought every time I do a PC stream, maybe I could start it with Bounty Rush, and after a certain point, we switch gears to reactions. I think that could be a good way to please both the people who like Bounty Rush and the people who like just reactions. So that's gonna be the new thing that I'm gonna do. Is PC stream means a bounty rush first and then PC, like reactions and stuff. I think that could be a cool way to please everybody while being able to do like hitting two birds with one stone.
Yeah? I don't know. We'll see.
Because if people like this one, then I'll do it more. And in case anybody was curious, every 10 likes, I'm going to continue the stream. Until I have to go to work, obviously. But I'll just add those hours into a different stream, I guess. But alright. Time to switch gears. All right. Time to switch gears. Okay. Let's do some reactions. IGN Fan Fest.
Because I see a lot of comments on IGN, on Cracked on the Internet, that people are like, how do I use this? Does this work for PS5? Like, how does it exactly work with compatibility?
So it's not native compatibility with PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 for Fortnite Festival. We have the Key Jam mode that's on mode 9, and that simulates.
Okay.
Okay, shout out to Candido for all of the content. Definitely want to react to that. And that. I saw this. Okay. Oh, Shofu's streaming. Oh, cool. He's streaming all day. Oh, you know what? we were talking about this last night too. So this is the top 11, well, 111 greatest PS3 games. Good morning, love over hate. How you doing? Okay, so the reason why I'm putting this on the screen is because me, Candido, and Dark have come to a realization that the PlayStation 3 actually had so many hits, but people don't give the PS3 the love it truly deserves. I'm good. How are you doing? Yo, 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 party people. Jesus, how are you doing, man? How you doing? Also, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Starting off the stream with some negativity and positivity because, you know, that's what Bounty Rush is good for. But I'm doing good. I'm feeling good too. Now, I just want to ask anybody in the stream, PS3 or Xbox 360? Which one is your favorite console? Because I'm going to tell you this. The PS3 we took for granted so bad, bro. We took for granted that console. And honestly, if we could go back in time, I would go back in time. Whoa. Hold on. Persona 5 was 2016? Also, yes, I do have a box of Cheez-Its. Wait, Persona 5 was 2016? Oh my god. How in the world was this 2016? Bro, it's 2025 and they're still doing stuff with this. Wait, now I'm pissed for another reason. We could have been had a new Persona game. But they've constantly done so much just for Persona 5. Which, at this point, might as well make a whole universe, like a whole game series just for the Persona 5. Just for Persona 5. Because, God, they've done so much. Like, Joker has been in almost every game as a crossover. But love over hate, I hope you're having a good morning. Yo, party people, Jesus, I hope you're having a good one. It's great to see you both.
Is this some kind of building? Who's in charge here?
Resident Evil. Yep.
Also, I'm going to mute because I'm going to be eating Cheez-Its.
Hey, Jody, can you hear me?
今日は倒させてもらうよ。
今度こそ獣の巨人を討伐するぞ。
Red flag taken.
That hurts me. 2009 was infamous. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, man. It feels like now especially, I've been more connected with God than the past. Just cuz there's been a lot happening in my life, and just taking a few moments in any quiet time that I have, just talking with him. It's been good. I learned a lot. Mentally, it's been healthy. Very healthy as well. But man, Sucker Punch, please make it new Infamous. Please. Please.
And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike two.
Pennington dropping back. The rush reaches him, and he goes down. Everything seemed to work. Fight.
And it goes for goal. The home fans are thrilled with this.
puts the Lakers' mark. 6-point game. Oda buries it from 14 feet. Can't get good shots if you don't.
To the side, a little swing. Oh, Mike Tysonton. He goes down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it.
BioShock 2 was 2010? When was BioShock Infinite? And actually, thinking about it, BioShock Infinite was a PS3 game.
Round one, fight!
Sucker Punch, you have You have the power to bring Sly back. You have the power. Please do it. Please. 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 You can make a story. You can make a story for this. You can find a way. And that was my cat. I don't know what he was doing, but please bring Sly Cooper back, please. Please. I miss this game, bro. I miss Sly. Please.
Shot. He didn't intend to block that shot, just happened to be in the right place. The Blues' play was to go out, do the bruising.
O'Neal backs down. Zabel fires. It's money from deep.
Bale, step to the bumper and...
Great extension as he drives this one high in the air and deep the other way.
Today you die.
Dang, it's sad knowing Little Big Planet is just gone forever because they care. At this point, they care more about Astrobot. Oh yeah, this was a good one too. Metal Gear Solid Collection.
Chicago
There were so many games on the PS3.
pass to Jordan.
And Longoria.
Uncharted 3. Bro, you know, Uncharted really was going crazy on the PS3. I think there was only one game from
from Uncharted that was on the PS4.
Pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed for strike 3 as they'll need to throw to first here. And the throw.
Scheme, and it results in a wide open look. You know, I think in Tony Douglas, the Knicks got a great find in the 2009 draft. He was the 29th.
Grand Theft Auto 4 was 2008. Wild.
Warning. Security breach in level
Really?
2.
Dang, has it really been that long? My goodness. The God of War 3. Candido.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Man, Shadow of the Colossus was a good game.
Metal Gear Solid 4. I miss this game, by the way. Such a good story, too.
Got tired of OPBR? Yes. Well, okay, so with OPBR, it was 2013? That's crazy. But with OPBR, the goal is to stream that before I start doing reactions. So people who like OPBR, they get what they wanted. And then, you know, we go back to reactions. Which should, I think it should be a good, like, balance of the two. But we need to see. GTA 5 came out 2013? I feel old. Okay, now this pisses me off. This pisses me off more than Persona 5. Last of Us came out 2013. How many times did they remaster, remake, give us consistent Last of Us shit? We don't need more Last of Us. We literally don't. And they literally just couldn't stop giving us Last of Us. It's crazy. Quiet. It's good. Red Dead Redemption was 2010, bro. Arkham City was 2011? Dang.
Oh, this pisses me off too, bro.
I'm telling you, an Uncharted game would literally go crazy right now. Uncharted would go crazy right now, bro.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Miss this game.
Like, for real. Probably one of the best Assassin's Creed games we ever got. Tomb Raider can't go wrong. People love Tomb Raider. Last of Us. The original Black Ops, bro. I miss Black Ops, Black Ops 2. Those two went crazy. We really had it good back then, Candido. We actually had flat out 100% games come out without having to worry about, oh, DLC, nah. The God of War trilogy. Honestly, the God of War trilogy is so good. Resident Evil 6. The old Resident Evil games were good, though. Never played this. Don't forget those vids I sent. Oh yeah, I have some of them. I have some of them in the background. One A.
This fight will be your last.
Okay, I think this was the last good Mortal Kombat. Well, one of the last good Mortal Kombats. I think MK10, Mortal Kombat 10 was probably the best Mortal Kombat. Personally. Assassin's Creed 3. Someone texted me. MK9? Yes.
Just you and me left. The bat versus the bird.
You know what? Mortal Kombat versus DC was just the MK9 characters copied and pasted. Yeah, when you really look at it, most of them just copy paste their stuff. Man, Rayman, I won't lie, I wouldn't mind another Rayman game. It's kind of crazy knowing, like, most of the Devil May Cries. we've got a Devil May Cry for years. PS3 got so many Devil May Cries, bro.
fun fact. Characters have been doing the 1A forever. That's facts. We just now have a title for it. That's literally JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's literally just 1A. Please give us. I would love another Uncharted, bro. Dead Space 2. Bro, the old Dead Space games are crazy, bro. Bro, I am so excited for the next Darksiders. Darksiders is gonna be fun. Because I'm pretty sure they might make it like multiplayer. But try saying 1A that fast though. You're right. You're right. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna bite my tongue. I wonder what the story of this next one is gonna be though. Oh, so Candido. So something did happen. A good thing. A good thing. That person that I told you that slid into my DMs. So I found out something about him. GTA 5 been around forever. For real. I would another Max Payne would be kind of fire though. Like a new Max Payne game, that'd be fire. No, that Latina did not hire me. But, you know, it's weird. After all that happened, we actually started talking. But I guarantee you, there's no way it goes anywhere. Because, look, I've learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. Even if I want a Latina, every time I'm with one, it's bad luck. So, it's like, I just have to accept it. But, the good thing is, there was another person another lady that was talking to me.
And I just found out, they're Chinese, and she's been very, very supportive. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see where it goes. Man, Borderlands 2. My application is pending. That's a good one. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that. Yeah, I guess you could say it is pending. Bro, Wolf Among Us deserves to come back, bro. Like, Wolf Among Us did not deserve what happened to it. Dark Souls 2. But okay, that's enough of that. Now let's talk about this. The current state of Marvel Rivals.
Like the state of Rivals right now? Ooh, I haven't done anything like that in a while. Okay, I'm down. This is a little off the cuff, obviously. You know, I gotta get Bucky out, otherwise I'm not feeling proper. There we go. Now I feel like I'm in my element. So unfortunately, off the cuff, it's hard to put together every thought of the entire game all together. But sure, I'll give you some thoughts on Rivals as a whole. So today is what? Today is the 11th of October. It's the day after Season 4.5. Daredevil has just released. Daredevil seems extremely fun. I've actually seen some in ranked, not too many. But I think there's also, you know, people are afraid to play the new characters in ranked because they don't want to be flamed and, oh my god, like that guy's playing the new character. But like, honestly, at this point, I think if a character's getting picked in ranked right off the spot, like right off the bat, that's fine. Like, yeah, sometimes you lose games because of it, but like, people are having fun. And I will say that. I will say this. It's fun / followed up with unfun. That yesterday playing was some of the best and most miserable games I've had in Rivals in forever. And the reason that is because all the casual players came back. Everybody came back. Now, I was hanging out in like low GM, right? I was hanging out in like low GM yesterday. And I climbed up from like, I think GM 3 to the Celestial 3 yesterday. Because I haven't been grinding a whole ton. So I got to see some shit. I got to see all the people that probably like played a bunch when the new season dropped, or have just like only dropped a little bit, or used to play a ton and then like have kind of fallen off a little bit. It was some of the most toxic mess games. Everyone was mad. Everyone was miserable. Everyone was pissed. People that weren't getting the new hero were getting upset. If they did get the new hero, people were flaming the people playing the new hero, whatever it might be. And you know what? This might sound insane. That's a good sign. You know why that's a good sign? Because unfortunately, one, this player base, along with many other player bases of most multiplayer games, are a little toxic. And typically, the people that are most toxic are the casual players. Hey, game in to game out. They're the ones that get the maddest because they don't understand why they're losing. They think, like, I can't tell you, like, I had one game where there was a guy who just was like, he was getting mad at all of our teammates, and he was like, we gotta kill the healers, go kill the healers, go kill the healers. Said it like 10 times. And we only got to like second point of like the Venom map, like the escort push the cart hybrid map. And we're coming back. We just got steamrolled first fight on defense. We had to hold for like 5 minutes. And this guy's like, you guys gotta stop dying. Like, just stop dying. And I hit tab. And my guy had the most deaths on the team by like 2, which was like not a lot. It was like 7 or 8, 6 or 8 or something like that. And I was like, I just unmuted. It's the first time I had really unmuted, like, because he's just been arguing with everyone. I go like, brother, you have the most deaths. How are you telling everyone to stop dying? You have the most, like more than the enemy teams too. he was like, well, yeah, because I'm not getting healed. And I was like, yeah, because you're taking too much damage. Take less damage. Like, you don't need to be healed all the time. Like, take your own advice. Die less. And then you know what I did? I started calming a little bit more because everyone else was kind of like getting flamed by this guy the entire game. And I started telling him what to do a little bit. And we held for 5 minutes. And you know what? That guy only died one more time. You know what he did? He played super safe. He played really far away. He stopped feeding his brains out. And you know what? It was winnable. And at the end of the game, most people were like, oh, like, Futz, thanks for, like, a good game. Like, thanks, love you, blah, 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 blah. And you know what the funny part is? That person hasn't really played Rivals very much recently. And that's okay. So people haven't been playing a whole lot. And that's a good side. It means people were excited to come back and try the new character. And the new character, Daredevil, even though if they weren't getting to play him right away, is probably the most well-designed character in the game so far. At least in my opinion. I think he's the best designed character. Since release. Best designed character since release. The only one that maybe I think could compete is maybe Invis. Invis is only the other one that I think is like really fun, very fair. Seems like has a pretty high skill ceiling, has a lot of things behind it. Well, you could say Emma, but like Emma's dominant. Like Emma has like a basically a go f yourself play style. Daredevil doesn't seem to have a go f yourself play style so far. They did drops. There's new drops on Twitch for, I think, Mr. Fantastic. And they also did an event where they did like a gifted sub to get like a Twitch badge. It's been great for all the streamers I've seen. I've seen a good amount of success with it. Seems a lot of people were on yesterday. Although they did look like they spent a ton of money on marketing spend again, because I saw like lots of big streamers that like don't even play a lot of video games anymore that were like all playing Rivals. And so the bags must have been massive. There's a clip from like the Phase house. Is it Phase house? Was it Phase or was it 100? No, it's Phase, right? I think it's the Phase house where someone from Phase was playing Rivals while they were throwing a party because like they had a sponsored stream. Won't lie, that was kind of funny. You know, obviously they're spending big dollars on that at the moment. I think that one's a little questionable because I understand spending big money on streamers to like advertise the game. Like I think that's very smart, but like going for ones that like clearly don't play many video games too often, or like if they do play video games it's like rarely, I guess. I don't know, like it's obviously very clear like they're not going to play it much more off after that. I think there's probably a bit better of marketing spend they could do. Hey, but that's their money. That's like a very small nitpick, and you know, maybe they see an uptick from players from it, maybe they don't, who knows. But I will
That's crazy, Candido. Now, I think it's a good and bad sign. Because, okay. For example, my peak is GM. And, you know, going back into ranked and trying to climb was difficult because there's a lot of people who don't know how to play the game that are on ranked. Now, here's the thing. You can play for fun, but don't do that on ranked. Like, if you pick a role on ranked, you should at least be competent with that role. Like, for example, on ranked, I'm usually a tank. And I pray that everybody else can do their job. Now, for the casual players, it's also the fact that I think people give up too easy. Like you might hear me, Dark, or Blue, or Bull, not Blue, or Bull, complain a lot because it's like, you know, we actually try to play the game for fun, but it's like you sweat. You have to sweat to win now because a lot of people don't want to play the game. And he's right. Like, a lot of casual players are coming back. Now, it's a good thing for the game, but it's also a bad thing because that means casual players are not afraid to throw the game. I've been tanking with Reed. Honestly, I won't lie. there are times where I literally just switch to Reed other than playing a tank, and it's actually been a low-key better experience for me. I will say though, EOMM, even though Guan said it's not real, it is real. It's real not just in ranked, but it's also real for quick play. Because I'll be real, me, Dark, Jay, Bull, we all like to play quick play. Like, yeah, there are sometimes we say we do the rank sessions, but those rank sessions, oh my god, they'd be horrible. Yeah, it'll go up. Those people come and go because they're more of the competitive players. I feel like a lot of competitive players are leaving, which is good. I'm glad that Guan, him and his team, they focus more on the casuals than the competitives. Which, again, there's nothing wrong with the game being competitive. Yeah, it's not the EOMM that I'm thinking of. But there is an EOMM demon. There are people that just throw games because something that they want is not in the game. For example, I can't tell you the amount of times there's been a Jeff player on our team that he just starts flaming everybody and acting like it's not his fault when he's not healing, he's doing more DPS. And he's saying, oh, there's not enough kills. But we have 2 people with kills. It's just one person. But that person doesn't want to switch. So it leads to 2 people that are going to be bickering instead of playing the game. And it's like, ugh. And unfortunately, this happens too much to count. All right, let me start the video again.
Say, though, I wonder if Daredevil was a 5.0 like new season character instead of mid-season character would have hit harder, because I've noticed from this mid-season and the previous mid-season with Blade, they dropped the cooler character at the mid-season and dropped the, like, arguably in my opinion less cool character at the beginning of the season, and I feel like it's less hype. And people on average, especially casual gamers, just don't care about the mid-season as much as they do the beginning of the season. Check player count, I think it's around 100k. I think yesterday it was like high 90s. 86 right now. 24-hour peak of 111. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's pretty damn good. Not as high as like the beginning of the season, right? Where's the beginning of the season? So this right here, will be back here. Yeah, so this is September 12th. So this is probably the beginning of season 3.0. So slightly higher peak than the mid-season. But Rivals is also now settled into its own cadence, which is good. Right? It's settled into his own cadence. Do you know most people have school or uni right now? You can use that excuse for every time of year that's not Christmas. But even Christmas time, you could still do it, right? Think about it. Summer, everyone's outside. You know, everyone's traveling. Then September hits and the holiday, oh, everyone's in school, everyone's back to work, whatever. Then the holidays, oh, everyone's traveling, they're spending time with their families, they're doing whatever. Then January comes around, oh, everyone's back to work and back to school. And then, you know, the spring comes around, it's like, oh, people are starting to go outside again. It'll never end in that department. The Face Streamer was not sponsored, he just plays regularly. Not today. Every clip I've seen said that it was a sponsored stream. Hey. Maybe the Clippers, maybe all the Clippers were lying, potentially. You might be right. If he wasn't sponsored, my bad. Also, when I was talking about sponsored people that, you know, don't really play like games that often, that's not who I was talking about, by the way. I was like, I saw like tons of. I saw like a lot of the just chatting streamers that were playing yesterday, which is kind of was like my interesting moment. Battlefield 6 released too. True, Battlefield 6 did release. You're not wrong. Battlefield 6 is a big one. Actually, yeah, that's actually a bit of an unfortunate situation. A lot of people I saw were like, well, why would they release the mid-season at the same time as Battlefield 6? Like, well, you can't push your mid-season back a week. Well, let's think about that, right? Like, they typically release them on Thursdays or Fridays here in NA. And then if they pushed it back a week, well, Overwatch's new season's next week, you know, and then you're going to be competing with Overwatch's. You know, if you can't do it earlier because they're already on a super tight schedule, you know. So it is what it is in that department. But yeah, that's a good point. I will say though, as the game has settled into its own little regular content, regular heartbeats, regular updates, I think we're getting really close to the community hitting the point of it's time to discuss true balance, like true gaming balance, because most of those casual players, like the hyper casual players, like the tourists, you will, have probably aren't coming back, right? The more casual players that like play hero shooters definitely were here yesterday, I can tell you that much. But like the hyper casuals, you know, the people who followed the trends, play the most popular games, those are all gone, most likely. Which is also why, you know, looking at the Steam charts and seeing Battlefield 6 released yesterday, which I think was around like 700,000 players on Steam and probably even way higher on console, because, you know, Call of Duty and Battlefield are such huge console games. You know, it was still similar to its Season 4.0 release. Like, the numbers are similar. And most of those hyper-casual players probably went to go play Battlefield yesterday, right? So the people who played the new season of Rivals are probably the people that actually like playing Rivals all the time. And so that starts to beg the question, well, this is your dedicated player base. Even the more casuals of that dedicated player base, right? And I think those people want to feel rewarded for their time. They want to feel rewarded for their skill. And I think Rivals sometimes doesn't do that. For examples, if you've been watching any Rivals Ignite recently, you may have noticed, one, triple support has been hard meta, although this recent balance patch, I think, actually did a lot to kind of start dealing with that. One of the biggest things this game has that I think will always keep it a little bit more Mickey Mouse, not as competitive, and keep people always shit-talking it in that department, is support ultimates. And especially ultimates in general, but especially support ultimates. Support ultimates are so powerful in this game. They come up so fast. Like, there was a whole meme about Luna not getting nerfed for like a year, and then they finally nerfed it by 2 seconds, and it really hasn't done much. But now we have the rise of like your Rockets, Raccoons, your Jeff, your Mantis, your Adam, Ultrons, although Ultron's probably a little bit cooked after the new patch. What do all these guys end up having in common when they can become strong? Their support ultimates get buffed. Jeff's support ult got buffed. Rocket's support ult got buffed. Ultron, triple in support, but his ult got buffed when he first got released, but he's mostly used as like a third DPS. Adam, ult got buffed multiple ways. It comes online faster. It also gives 70% of your health.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad he said it, because we need to stop using just Steam to categorize if a game is dead or not. Because if that's the case, Xenoverse is dead. And I know people are going to be like, "Oh, no, you're joking." Think about it. Most people play Xenoverse on all consoles, right? There's a small amount of the Xenoverse community that can use mods. Everybody else is on a console. So because of that, Xenoverse is not in a good state, because it's really just the modders playing on PC. I don't understand why people try to forget that there are consoles too. Like, yeah, the consoles are not in a good state because corporations suck. That's just the fact. But consoles are the reason we have so many gamers. Like, again, the Xbox 360, PS3, the PS2, those three consoles changed gaming forever. And Nintendo in the past, when they weren't just greedy fat people. And yeah, Battlefront 6, I mean not Battlefront, Battlefield 6 was a big release. A lot of people love that game. And I do agree with Flats. Healer ults, well, Luna Snow is still the best healer. I think we might need to nerf Luna Snow's healing and buff other characters' healing. Like Mantis, for example. Mantis's healing isn't great. Or Adam, giving him more. Well, he has more of a consistent healing, but maybe giving him something to make him more meta. Because currently, triple support. He's right, triple support is everywhere. And you run into triple support more than any other comp. Even with mods that Xenoverse has, with all the characters we want in a real game and stories we want, you get bored. I mean, that's true. And then it's like, oh yeah, we need more new, fresh stuff. But somehow, some way, with the amount of trash that Xenoverse gets, right? And this is what I could say about Marvel Rivals 2. Both I think are in the same predicament. But even with the amount of trash people say about the game, there is still way too many people playing this game that they complain about. Like, I don't know if Flats is going to talk about... I don't know if he's going to talk about, like, the tank role. But playing tank right now sucks. Playing tank right now sucks. Make Adams primary fire heal. See, that might either make him broken or actually that's an interesting one. You know what? We might need to hold on to that. Because we could have a discussion about that. I do feel like a healer that needs a rework is probably Mantis. At least giving Mantis a new ultimate. So it's not just a heal everybody ultimate or buff it in a different way. With the addition of anti-heal, Venom has been getting played a lot. Same with Blade. Like, you've been seeing more Venom, Blade comps. Namor Hela is... Oh, God. They are an issue. But let's keep going with the video.
Health and shields when you spawn for 5 seconds. They are all buffed. They're all really strong. Loki's whole shtick is basically having an immortality field on a shift and then also buffing, ultimates. So I think we're hitting the point, though, where people are probably going to start wanting to have those conversations of, like, are those things healthy? Is that a healthy competitive game? And before you sit there and go, well, Rivals is a casual game, it's kind of not anymore. The true hyper casuals are gone. The people that are the casuals now are still competitive casual players. They're gone. Like, they were playing Battlefield yesterday, right? Like, that's where they went. They're all on Battlefield, That said, though, I think Rivals is doing okay. I think a lot of people, like, a couple months ago were really shitting on it everywhere on the internet, especially in the rings I could see, right? Because I see a lot of, like, especially old Overwatch stuff, because that's where I was super involved for a very long time. They were dancing the happy dance over there that Rivals was declining and not doing well. Acting almost like TF2 back in the day, when Overwatch was out and started its decline. That said, though, I think the slide is stopped. I think the slide down the mountain has stopped. I think we're there. I think that the like fall off is done. We're now into a cycle of a competitive shooters player base where it will go up and down based on the seasons, and it will have surges if it has huge good hype moments, whether that's from its esport, whether that's from a really popular character being released, whether that's from the competitor not doing as good or stealing something from the competitor. For example, it looks like Overwatch is potentially teasing the idea of doing team-ups. Well, you know, what if Rivals yoinked Stadium, you know? What if, like, there are going to be things that get people to come in and play, and things that will obviously turn people off the game. But now you start to start thinking long-term. Now we have to sit down and think long-term. How do you think long-term? Well, what does a healthy competitive game look like long-term? What does balance look like long-term? What does supporting its community look like long-term? I think that, for example, one of the better things that Overwatch did with its community was when it started to really sink, is it understood that it needed to keep its esport and its content all afloat, right? People want to make content on the game. Content creators in a lot of games are kind of like what keeps people plugged in. I have a mostly older audience. I have the analytics to tell you, and I can tell you from most of my older audience that, especially this used to happen in Overwatch, and I'm assuming Rivals is going to start happening the same way, is there's a lot of older people that don't play the game every day. Hell, they might not even play it every week, but they still like to be a part of the community. They still like to keep up with things. So they watch streams, they watch videos, they like to stay up to date, they kind of know what the meta is, even if they're not playing it that much. And how do they do that? They consume content. And so how do they consume content? Well, you have to have a healthy content creator scene. And Overwatch did a really good job of keeping its content creator scene alive with its creator program, with drops, with like small events, mini tournaments, stuff like that. I think that's stuff Rivals can improve on. Rivals' drops for Twitch have been kind of abysmal in a lot of ways. Like, they're just like the recolors of the purple, you know, basic skin, and they haven't really changed since then. And it's like they're drip feeding them out since like they originally launched the game. Like, they've had like a plan of like, oh, these will all be drops, so we can drip feed these over the next 2 years, and we'll do all the characters, right? You know, there hasn't been like a good drop, like a big, like a nice drop since like the first Ignite matches, and then also like the Emma drops just haven't been really very, very interesting. And for those, before you sit there and go, well, you just want the drops because it helps you as a streamer. Yeah, of course it does. But like, people also, one, like free shit, and two, you're absolutely fooling yourself if you don't think people on the other sides of the internet are watching us. Like, you might not like me or some other creator, right? Or whoever it might be. You might like me, you might not like somebody else, right? But whether you like it or not, those people are kind of representing your game. And if Rivals is going to become your game, you want those people to do well. Because the people on the other sides of your competitors, for example, say Overwatch, they want to see your game fail, they want to see your creators fail, and they want to see theirs do better. And other games do that too, where they want to see their own creators, their own numbers on top. Remember when Rivals came out? Rivals came out, and for some reason the Rivals community at the time thought it was a good idea to pick fights with every other community. They would shit talk Apex, they shit talk Valorant Twitch numbers, Overwatch Twitch numbers, whatever. People like to do that with any games. And so when you sit there, you know, and like, let's say Rivals content kind of falls off a little bit, people are going to look at that and go, oh, that game's dead. Look at, on Twitch, there's no viewership. Same thing when people look at Steam charts. Oh, Steam charts have no view or no numbers. Like, everyone's, oh, they dropped a ton. Yeah, that game's dead. Dead game. So it kind of all works together in its own way to create a good perception of the game. And if you want the perception of the game to stay good, here's what you need to do. You have a good content creator community that's healthy and supported. A healthy game with a community of players that's healthy and supported. Listening to feedback in proper channels, right? And that doesn't mean reacting to one random Twitter thread that goes viral, right? Like, there sometimes needs to end up being more nuanced discussions, you know, because unfortunately people just react really hard. Cating to streamers and pros is a terrible idea. Overwatch tried it and failed. Overwatch is literally on its second revival right now. You understand that, right? You know what Overwatch did? Overwatch literally took all of the feedback that people gave, and hello, I was one of the major people that gave it back for years, and have implemented it. And they've literally like won back favor with their player base. So to say that is straight up wrong. It is straight up wrong. Overall, though, pretty hopeful on Rivals, actually. The slide has definitely stopped. Balance-wise, even at the moment, I think almost all the tanks are viable. The only one I would say is not that viable in like really high rank is Penny, but like you have the few Penny specials that are insanely good at Penny. Actually, sorry, Thing is there. Penny's just like really hard to play unless you're insane and like just get value elsewhere. Thing just unfortunately just kind of gets eaten up by Emma, so there's not really a reason to play him. But like Hulk's good, Stranger's good, Cap's good, Mag's good, Venom's good, Groot's good, Thor's good, Emma's good, Angela good. So like balance-wise, everything almost everything is playable. So I mean, there's a lot of goods. There's a lot of goods to be hopeful for. Just because things are good and things look pretty decent doesn't mean you shouldn't try to make them better.
I agree with Flats. I do feel like this game has been, I don't know, it's been in a weird state, I personally feel. I think the Rivals community is the one thing that needs to change about the game.
Malik, did you set it up?
I think one of the worst things that could potentially happen with Rivals is the game, the community, and whatever get overprotective of itself. And what I mean by overprotective is that they don't want to take criticism because they like it. Because even things that are good can always be better. So, funny, I think about this. So the Overwatch community, kind of the Overwatch community now, actually. Like, Overwatch for a year from now, other than their lore and their cinematics and their story, I'm like, where do they go from here? Still waiting to see on that one. That said, I was reminded of Spylo's video I reacted to back in January when he was playing Rivals, and he had some critiques of the game competitively on why he didn't like it, and that video got like shared on Reddit. It got shouted down. It got shouted down everywhere. The comments were all like, "You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Rivals is amazing. You're stupid. Whatever." And now here we are 9 months later, and all of his points that he made are either correct or close to correct. And I remember at the time watching it and being like, even though I don't agree with you on all of these, I value having a different opinion, because it doesn't mean you're wrong. We just have different perspectives on some of it, because he did have some really good points. Granted, if people had listened to those points 9 months ago, maybe they wouldn't be problems now. Talking about ults, support ults, etc., whatever. I think that would probably be the worst thing that could potentially happen. I think that's probably the worst thing that could potentially happen. Granted, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. If it is, that would just be like long-term potential uh-ohs, you know? That said, the maps have been better. I like the map, like the new map style, although the new map that came out, like the ones with all the fog, like Second Point is horribly designed. I don't know how the supposed to play that map well. It reminds me of like Shambali from Overwatch, where you're just fighting uphill and you're like fighting from under a bridge. It's kind of weird. But I like they're not doing the super dark themed maps anymore. I got kind of sick of those after like the 5th one in a row. And the other thing about maps is, yo, like let's undo the whole, you know, map pools thing. That shit's just so dumb. Why did we take old maps out? Like, I am so sick of queuing in and getting the same map back-to-back games, or back-to-back-to-back games, and then playing the same map 6 times in one day. There's a bunch more maps. Bring them back. What are we doing? Why do we do that? You know what I mean? If you gotta rework them, you know? But like, rework them and then put them in when they're done. Only take them out if they're genuinely causing problems. Like, if they're genuine, like, horrendously causing problems, then you can take them out, right? But like, you can have like okay maps that are like not super loved, but like figure them out later, you know? I feel like if Rivals were supporting creators, the game would stand strong. I've learned a lot from you and other creators. I agree. I mean, like, obviously I'm a little bit biased in that department. That said, most games that survive a very long time have a very good relationship with their community in that aspect. And I'm not saying Rivals doesn't. I'm just saying it could probably be a bit better. And, you know, doing the you know, 4 hours of drops for Mr. Fantastic and running that for a month, you know, most people get it within the first like 2 to 3 days. Like it kind of like, you know, that kind of runs its course and it's kind of GR, you know. That's just like one example as a potential thing, right? So even though I do think Rivals in a very good state, I think that this was a very promising looking season.
Yeah, I'm with Flats on this. I think it's a promising season. Daredevil is a good and bad thing, because I'm saying good because a lot of people are fans of Daredevil and it's bringing more people in, but bad because, oh goodness, so some people don't need to be on Daredevil is all I'm saying. I'm telling you, you would love and hate me as a balanced team of Rivals. I would give these characters too much love. Hey, I'm fine with that. Like, some of the characters do need the buff, because I'm just saying, first thing I do in the balance team is change Phoenix to a healer, because honestly, I feel like she should have been a healer. And I think we need to rework some of the character gimmicks, because one thing I do, Candido, is I would give Phoenix's gimmick to Adam Warlock. But when it comes to, like, healing. So, it's like every time he lands a headshot, above him, there's like 3 meters. And once he lands like 3 in a row, when he does his healing, it's like a big area of effect healing. Basically, once his 3 meters above his head are like maxed, all of his abilities are like amped up. So he can heal more and other things.
I think that there's definitely more to be done, and I'm curious on how they're going to approach it, especially like those support ults. And I wonder if they are going to start leaning a little bit more competitively again, because, you know, it is what it is. You think you should bring back the TFT mode? I actually like the TFT mode. I wonder if they're going to bring it back with like more characters, you know, like maybe in like a few like months or something, they'll bring it back and they'll add like the new characters that have been added since then. You know, that might be kind of cool.
Guys, I've cracked the code for the next characters coming to Marvel Rivals, so
has failed, nigga. You know everything about Rivals dying, and you looking at the chart, but you didn't see the decline in your marriage, huh? You ain't see that? Do y'all think I'm being honest? Do y'all think I'm being honest when I say like people are just throwing up, oh, the game is dying, just because they need a video for the day? Like, there's nothing wrong with the game. Like, it's declining because it needs to flush out, and it goes up so high, then decline because it has to find its player base. Like, I'm just being fair. Like, I can't be one of them niggas that's like, oh, hey man, Rivals dying, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Like, every day I keep seeing videos. Every day, it's always on Twitter every single day. Rivals dying, Rivals dying. Bro, let's talk about real issues, about why I'm busting quick. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm mad that nigga said that's real talk. Hey, ban that nigga that said that's real talk. Hey, ban that nigga that says that's real talk. That nigga's gotta go. This to be such a popular topic to talk about, I feel like you have to know what it is you're talking about, because I feel like a lot of people tend to talk about things just because they don't understand, or they say things with no comprehension of what they're actually saying, right? And one of the main things that they talking about is Rivals. Like, it's just one of the main things in the Discord, the partners. just a lot of the things that people talk about is Rivals dying, and they keep showing these stats, right? This is the Daredevil update, obviously. They keep showing these stats, all-time peak, then they'll compare it to like Overwatch. Not fair, right? Overwatch is like it's in its 10th year. In the last 24-hour peak, now this is just Steam charts, not console or anything like that. 98,000, freaking healthy as heck, amazing. Now I'm not gonna say and talk about this from a corresponding point of picking a side. I'm just going to talk about this from somebody who understands gaming and who's been in the game industry, from reviewing, marketing, game testing, and a part of game creation with different people and knowing different devs, kind of like just over the course of me doing reviews, content creation, and everything else, and having my press pass since E3, and actually being on the metric reviewers and going over games. Okay. So when I say this, I'm not saying this to pick a side. When I say this, I'm telling you this because this is so normal. And I know people like to freak out. And this is normal. This right here, all-time peak, amazing. Seeing where the players are, Rivals, you see the spikes, right? The thing about Rivals and think about every game is that you see the spikes. The difference within Rivals is that you're going to get a spike faster than most games. Why are you going to get a spike faster in Rivals than most games? Is because they do things that most hero shooters cannot, which is like it's an update every month. Since there's an update every month, that's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. It's an insane workload. So other games you see spikes every 3 months, something like that. But in Rivals, it's every month. Now, the backbone of this video game is going to be the casual community. I'm not arguing with people that's talking about, yo, I'm top this or I'm celestial. I don't give a rat's dick. All right. The backbone of this game and every single game is the casual community. This chart, people saying, look at the down drop. That's all they're talking about is the down drop. They also make me feel like they have a down drop mentally, because you got to understand that the game needs to flush out. Rivals started off on an unrealistic par, which is very unrealistic. The numbers are too high. It cannot be sustained. It's the same thing as when you was on Twitch and you seen Valorant at 1 million concurrent when it first dropped. It's just unrealistic, okay? What you got to understand is you gain the peaks. You're going to see lower returning casuals every month. Maybe it's not their favorite. Maybe though they don't like the update, so they skip this month, come back for the next month. It's very normal on how this game is going to go in every game in video game history. This is how it goes. This is a chart. If you have a chart that just strictly stays across here, that's insane. And at that point, I think you're botting. At that point, there's some fake numbers that's not being added up, because there's no way you're able to sustain the same growth here. Now, at such a high level. Now, when you get to the 20,000, 30,000 concurrent on Twitch, 15,000 to 30,000, you start having your set community. You have to get down to the numbers to where you start having your set community. That goes for Destiny. That goes for Warframe. That goes for Smite. That goes for League of Legends. That goes for freaking Overwatch. It doesn't matter where it's at. You have to find out where your community is going to be. Now, you're going to get a bigger spike when the next update comes out, because the leaked hero for Season 5 is supposed to be the Season of Love, which is supposed to be Rogue and Gambit, right? Now, when you have this, what does this mean? What does this mean? It means that when Angela released, there's hype around Angela. There's hype around Angela from comic book lovers, but it is a niche comic book loving fan group of people that know Spawn and people that actually know the history behind Angela as a character. Now, there's a bigger peak for Daredevil, because Daredevil is a bigger character than Angela. The size of the character makes a bigger size of the returning crowd, okay? Then you're gonna have new players that come on. So that's kind of like the way on how it goes, right?
Battlefield 6 all-time peak was at 747K, and it is for sure going to have the same drop-off. Every game has this type of drop-off when the next shinny thing releases.
Yeah, but it's
totally normal.
It's very normal. The problem is, this is what I want to address. It's too many people playing the game with a bib on that once, I don't know when we got in this mindset. I don't know the mindset, but it's weird. It's always this mindset that I can't play one thing without the other thing dying. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how can you not play this game without enjoying wanting to enjoy the other game dying? There's no way the other game dying makes you enjoy this game more. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. The game has to get to a point. So you got all these fear mongrels and everybody that's like, Rivals is dying, Spider-Man sad face on the thumbnail. Like, listen here, you special ed Gambit. Listen, these niggas are dumb. They have no backing, no foundation of understanding what's going on. The immediate level of success that this game got was already insane because Overwatch had this community and this type of game on lockdown. So for them to be able to come in and dig their lane out and have it there is already insane to be cemented in this type of looter shooter directory. But also, they're able to keep up more consistent updates. Now, what is the casual update? The casual update is skins. The casual update is new game modes that you're going to have to, incorporate on how to get things to go through. You got different game modes to go in on what you're going to be doing. Now, you have to keep casual content fresh. But this is what I want to address. I want to address this. What you have to do is that Rivals has to figure out a way to separate your casual players from your daily average sweaty players. That is a big difference. Casual, average, there's such a gap between a casual player and an average player that most people don't even understand. You don't even have to be a sweaty. If you're on this game every day, you are so much further. I want to address this. What you have to do is that Rivals has to figure out a way to separate your casual players from your daily average sweaty players. That is a big difference. Casual, average, there's such a gap between a casual player and an average player that most people don't even understand. You don't even have to be a sweaty. If you're on this game every day, you are so much further along than a casual player. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, right? You could be on every day and you're not a sweaty. You're just on every day. You know the knowledge of the game. You know everything about the game. You know what you should be doing. You know when to swap. You know when to do a lot of these things. An average player and a casual player is leagues different. So you have to do something to benefit your casual players, because when your casual players come on, it's such a gap between understanding what should be going on and feeling like you got to be on Adderall, you got to pop a pill, drop a Molly on your tongue and now you sweating. Whatever my man said, pop the Molly, I'm sweating. You need something to separate them because it's going to destroy the matchmaking player base. You see what I'm saying? The matchmaking player base is one of the most core things that you have to hold dear. They're like newborn babies. Casual players are like newborn babies, and you got to hold them as such. The content that a casual person posts are completely different. Oh my God, I seen the new Emma skin, and oh my gosh, like, guys, it's so for me. Like, I just can't wait. I love her. That's casual community. That's casual community. Oh my gosh, guys, look at how they did the beautiful, like, colors going through. And guess what? Rivals did the thing I wanted the most. They made the color change when you... That's casual community. You're not going to change their content. That's their style of content. That's what they go to YouTube for. That's what they go to TikTok for.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. First thing I would do is take Mr. Stretchy Man over there, buff his HP to 650, and line him with the other tanks. Also, I would make his, his Pop-Tart form, and yes, I call it a Pop-Tart form. Say what you want. But his Pop-Tart form, I would extend that. I would extend that and basically make Reed into a shield tank. But he would be more like Magneto. And his see, I wanna change his inflated state because his inflated state could be good. I think it's good, but I feel like he should be able to use his other abilities while in his inflated state. But that might make him more broken. I don't know. You have to listen to the beginning. It was funny. Then you're gonna have. But Rio hit it on the nail. At like right here, he hit it on the nail because right here, that's so facts. A person who plays Rivals consistently is better than a person who just gets on from time and time again. But it's also like sometimes it's questionable.
Incorporate on how to get things to go through. You got different game modes to go in on what you're going to be doing. Now, you have to keep casual content fresh. But this is what I want to address. I want to address this. What you have to do is that Rivals has to figure out a way to separate your casual players from your daily average sweaty players. That is a big difference. Casual, average. There's such a gap between a casual player and an average player that most people don't even understand. You don't even have to be a sweaty. If you're on this game every day, you are so much further along than a casual player. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, right? You could be on every day and you're not a sweaty. You're just on every day. You know the knowledge of the game. You know everything about the game. You know what you should be doing. You know when to swap. You know when to do a lot of these things. An average player and a casual player is leagues different. So you have to do something to benefit your casual players, because when your casual players come on, it's such a gap between understanding what should be going on and feeling like you got to be on Adderall, you got to pop a pill, drop a Molly on your tongue, and now you sweating. Whatever my man said, pop the Molly, I'm sweating. You need something to separate them, because it's going to destroy the matchmaking player base. You see what I'm saying? The matchmaking player base is one of the most core things that you have to hold dear. They're like newborn babies. Casual players are like newborn babies, and you got to hold them as such. The content that a casual person posts are completely different. Oh my God, I seen the new Emma skin, and oh my gosh, like, guys, it's so for me. Like, I just can't wait. I love her. That's casual community. That's casual community. Oh my gosh, guys, look at how they did the beautiful, like, colors going through. And guess what? Rivals did the thing I wanted the most. They made the color change when you... That's casual community. You're not going to change their content. That's their style of content. That's what they go to YouTube for. That's what they go to TikTok for. You got to understand that there's multi-layer of different content in this game. And you got to supplement your casuals differently than how you supplement your sweaties. And people need to understand that sweaties, whoever your favorite sweaty streamer is, your top 500 streamer, them niggas don't keep jack shit alive in this game. Matter of fact, they can run the casuals off more so than anything. So you need a way to protect your casual community, which is why fighting games, if you're a fighting game player, you know what I'm talking about. Fighting games go through the same struggle every day of their lives, and they're trying their best to protect.
That's us too. We're slowly becoming the 1%. Yeah. And you know what? I feel like right now in the game, there aren't that many hardcore Marvel fans. I feel like the competitive people the competitive people that are playing the game who play in the highest ranks, they are barely, like, there's barely enough Marvel fans. I feel like most of them are just people who like to play hero shooters, and they don't really care about Marvel as a whole. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure Flats is also there. I know Rio knows his stuff about Marvel. But most people who play this game barely know anything about Marvel most of the time. Now, the people who do, it's very obvious. Also, besides like buffing Reed, making Phoenix into a healer, giving Adam Phoenix's attribute, well, her trait, but making it focus solely on this healing. I would also like to see. I like to do something with Mantis. I want to rework her ultimate, and also I want her to have a new gimmick as well, because I feel like the DPS role has better gimmicks than the support role. Ultron needs a rework as well. If you want to keep him a healer, then honestly, he needs to be able to at least heal or have like a heal bot. And I'm not talking about the one that he could just casually put on anyone. I mean a literal bot that he sends out and it supports his team in some way. And they only know Marvel from the MCU? Bro, I hate that.
They're casual. Because once a sweaty catch you in a fighting game, you're harassed in that corner. You can't get out. It's unfun. You turn the game off. You have to separate them, which is why matchmaking is being updated and placement matches are coming. And then that's why a new rank is going to be introduced, because you have to introduce things slowly to see the numbers on how it's affecting your casuals. You have to. The people that are obsessed with this game, they're going to be on the game regardless. Where else are you going to go? You keep throwing tantrums. I'm done. Or you're back tomorrow. I'm done tomorrow. You're back on Thursday. I'm done Thursday. Every day you done and you back the next day. You're addicted. They did what they needed to do with you. They ain't got to do nothing else. All you want to do is win. But the other person is finding a reason to be on the game, and that is the casual community. That's what you're looking for. So, like me, like I see this Emma skin. I don't care about this Emma skin, bruh. Matter of fact, I feel the opposite about this Emma skin. I'm disgusted because her wagon too big. I told y'all this before. Her booty too fat and my meat too little. I ain't got enough meat for that. So it discourages me. I want her to dress like a nun. I might play her then. I'm telling you how it is. I need to get around chicks that I know I can handle. I can't handle Emma. I'm gonna disappoint her. I'm 100%. I know for 100% I am gonna disappoint Emma Frost because she too thick. You know what I'm saying? That's too much thighs. She wrap around me like a goddamn like Amazonian snake. I can't even see my lower half no more. I'm wondering where it go. I'm numb from the waist down. I can't handle this chick like this. Shout out to the bros who can. But I'm telling you that once you see these skins and everything else that they're dropping in the game, this is why. So when you see people going over this and talking about this, people always asking me, Rio, do you think Rivals dying? Man, Rivals is fine. They are fine. They're flushing out. There's more updates coming. They're learning their player base. They're seeing that who is their Rivals player. New players are coming online all the time. They're trying to figure out what's going on, how to deliver these newer players great experiences so they don't get stuck in these lobbies. The toxicity and all of this that you guys are talking about, those lobbies will flush themselves out overall. You know what I'm saying? Overall. But all I'm telling you guys is that people fear-mongering with things like this, and so many YouTubers dropping this and saying, here's why Rival is dying. Okay, tell us about how your marriage has failed, nigga. You know everything about rivals dying and you looking at the chart, but you didn't see the decline in your marriage. Huh? You ain't see that? But you can see this chart though. Bet your wife watching that video disappointed while she getting mean strokes from a nigga built like Bruce Banner. But all I'm telling y'all is, it's just been irritating to me lately because I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't think people have the right corresponding numbers and understanding to really know when something is dying. It's just, oh my God, it's dying. Nigga, shut up. Please shut up. Please. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? That happens with so many games. And I'm going to throw a crazy one at you, Candido. The Marvel Avengers game. People pointed that out and then rolled with it. Nobody wanted to support that game after they saw, oh, it lost so many people. Well, yeah, because y'all are spreading this information. And I just want to throw this out to the people who like to do this. Y'all are throwing this out. Stop it. You're helping the games die. Stop. Just stop. How about y'all support the games instead of just pointing out whenever they do something wrong? Like, it's crazy we live in a time frame like this, bro.
Like, I don't understand. Like, niggas say that because they needed a video for the day. That's all it is. They're chilling, bro. The game is fine. The game is fine. And then don't do too much about this Emma thing, bro. I was just telling the truth. I was just telling the truth, bro. So niggas gonna say pause and not be honest with themselves. Nigga, nobody know our own meat size more than us. Nigga, Emma look like you can sit a cup on it. If you can sit a cup on it, I'm not doing no damage to you. I'm not doing no damage to you. Y'all ever hit a Dark Souls boss? Y'all ever hit a Dark Souls boss with no weapon, straight fist? And it says 10, nigga got 100,000 health? That's what I feel like if I was to mess with a chick like Emma. Now, if she choked me, though, it ain't gonna stop me from getting bricked. Sorry. For this. Chat, do y'all think I'm being honest? Do y'all think I'm being honest when I say, like, people are just throwing up, oh, the game is dying just because they need a video for the day? Like, there's nothing wrong with the game. Like, it's declining because it needs to flush out, and it goes up so high, then decline because it has to find its player base. Like, I'm just being fair. Like, I can't be one of them niggas that's like, oh, hey, man, Rival's dying. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Like, every day I keep seeing videos. Every day. It's always on Twitter. Every single day. Rival's dying. Rival's dying. Bro, let's talk about real issues. About why I'm busting quick. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm mad that nigga said that's real talk. Hey, ban that nigga that said that's real talk. Hey, ban that nigga that says that's real talk. That nigga's gotta go. That nigga, hey, bro, sometimes we just leave some girls disappointed. I'm sorry. Sometimes I talk a mean game on text. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do to that? You know what I'm gonna do to that? She come over, I didn't do nothing to that. Left the same way you came, but your shirt ruffled. Most I did to you, girl, is ruffle that shirt. Got your neck all lean, is it? But I ain't do nothing. Hey, they're gonna ban me soon. They're so gonna ban me, bro. I'm definitely gonna get banned. I'm so gonna get banned. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna get banned. I'm so gonna get banned, bro. Like, I just be having too much fun just talking, bro. Everything has to decline. Like, Smite has been dead for 30 years, and it's still going great. Every game going this weird state. Smite has been dead for 30 years. Apex been dead for 19 years. Oh, no one plays this dead game. It's not even dead. It's fine. It's still pulling in revenue. I don't think people understand what dead is. Dead to some people is them not playing that anymore. Not knowing that the player base is still like good over there. Whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just fall out of love with something. I just wish more content creators were honest on why they made the video. Like, my nigga, you not honest because you care about it dying. You needed a video that you're just like, hey, this gonna get it, babe. And I'm gonna talk about every BS about this because I don't get paid on YouTube. If I got paid on YouTube, I might have started lying. If I was getting paid on YouTube, I would have been like, nah, this is dying for real. I'm a fake addict. I don't get paid on YouTube. I'm finna be up on here debunking, trash talking every single thing. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? X Defiant still alive.
I do agree with what Rio's saying. Some of the wild takes is crazy. The hardcore Marvel fans are definitely helping the game stay alive. And I'll be honest, the Gooners are helping keep the game afloat as well. That's very true. Now let's switch gears. Cell versus Bojack. I don't know. I saw this and I was like, screw it. Let's just put it on.
Cell vs. Bojack might not be the most common matchup fans throw around, but it's one of the most interesting. Both villains represent different stages of Gohan's journey. Cell being the enemy that forced him into greatness during the Cell games, and Bojack being his opponent in the movie continuity who tested his limits yet again. And if you follow Dragon Ball Z long enough, you know that the movies tend to crank the power scaling higher than the anime itself. So the real question becomes, could Bojack's raw movie tier strength push Cell into a corner? Before we can even begin to answer that though, we have to break down just how strong Cell really was. Let's rewind to where his story ties into the androids. Dr. Gero, despite being physically weaker than the Z-Fighters, manages to slip away and activate his creations. Android 17 and 18, who immediately proved to be on a whole different playing field. Remember, Trunks' sword was sharp enough to slice Mecha Frieza into pieces instantly, yet the very same blade is effortlessly caught and brushed aside by 17 before he proceeds to humiliate Trunks. Meanwhile, Vegeta in his Super Saiyan form actually looks competitive against Android 18 at first, but her endless stamina wears him down and the fight quickly flips. Vegeta gets battered and broken while 18 barely breaks a sweat. This alone sets the androids leagues above anything tied to Mecha Frieza's power level. It's at this point that Cell entered the picture, still in his imperfect state. Kami had been tracking his growth for years, which prompts him to finally merge with Piccolo. The fusion transforms Piccolo into something that the series dubs as Super Namekian, granting him enough power to match Android 17 blow for blow. But the catch is still there. 17's infinite energy means he'll never tire, where Piccolo eventually will. Just when the fight reaches its breaking point, Cell appears and his mere presence sends Piccolo into shock. Cell's power-up completely overwhelms Piccolo's best attack, leaving him bodied and broken. Soon after, Cell overcomes Android 16 and absorbs 17, and evolves into his semi-perfect form. Now here's where the scaling becomes pretty crucial. We never get a clean multiplier for how much power Cell gains when absorbing others, but the results speak for themselves. His growth is so extreme that even the Saiyans realize they're hopeless without pushing beyond their current limits. This forces Vegeta and Trunks into the hyperbolic time chamber for a year of training. When they emerge, they've tapped into an advanced transformation, Super Saiyan Grade 2. For Vegeta and Trunks, even bulkier variations that sacrifice speed for power is great. That level of effort tells us just how drastic the gap had become once Cell absorbed even a single android. Once Vegeta ascended into what fans often call Super Vegeta, the tables turned completely against semi-perfect Cell. In this state, Vegeta had skyrocketed so far beyond the androids, the base Super Saiyan forms, and even Trunks' initial improvements that Cell were absolutely outclassed. Cell was getting dismantled so hard that his only option was to play on Vegeta's pride. Knowing how much Vegeta loved the challenge, Cell baited him into allowing the absorption of Android 18. And in classic Vegeta fashion, the Saiyan Prince let his ego decide the outcome of the entire planet. And the result is Cell reaching his perfect form. And with that transformation, the roles immediately reversed. Vegeta, who had been dominating moments earlier, couldn't even keep up. Perfect Cell casually dismantled him, even taking a final flash head on, an attack powerful enough to erase half of his body, only to instantly regenerate and laugh it off. The only warrior left who could potentially stop Cell was Trunks, who had been hiding a new form all along. During his hyperbolic time chamber training, Trunks tapped into a transformation that went beyond Grade 2. This became known as Super Saiyan Grade 3, a form described in supplementary material as giving roughly 10 times the raw output of Grade 2. But it came at a heavy cost, speed and stamina. Trunks had fallen into the trap of raw brute force without balance, which Goku himself criticized during his own chamber training. Even Cell mocked the form, copying it himself to prove that anyone could bulk up in that way, but it wasn't viable for real combat. Still, Trunks' strength impressed Cell enough that he didn't finish him off. Instead, Cell decided to raise the stakes and announce a tournament, the infamous Cell Games, a twisted version of the world's martial arts tournament, and it would determine the fate of the planet. When the games finally began, Goku was the first to step into the ring. He immediately unleashed his full power, astonishing everyone watching, except Gohan. That detail mattered because deep down, Gohan had greater potential than his father. At first, Goku seemed pretty evenly matched with Cell, trading heavy blows, but the truth was darker. Cell was never fighting seriously. Goku realized this mid-battle and shocked everyone by surrendering, declaring that Gohan would surpass him and take the fight further. And he was right. Cell himself realized that Gohan's hidden strength was terrifying, which is why he tried to psychologically break him, unleashing the Cell Juniors to torment the Z-Fighters and ruthlessly beating Gohan down. It wasn't until Android 16 sacrificed that Gohan finally snapped, unlocking Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. What followed was complete domination. Cell at full power couldn't even scratch Gohan. Gohan tanked his strongest blows like they were nothing, and for the first time, Cell experienced genuine fear. And keep in mind that this was a Cell who had already recovered with the Senzu Bean after fighting Goku. Even then, he was manhandled. Desperate, Cell tried to self-destruct and take the Earth with him, but Goku's sacrifice saved the day. Or so it seemed. Out of the explosion came Super Perfect Cell, stronger than ever thanks to Saiyan biology allowing him to recover and grow more powerful from near-death experience. He even revealed that he had copied Goku's instant transmission, making him deadlier than before. And in the manga, Cell explicitly boasts that his power had reached a point where he could destroy the entire solar system. Yet, even that level wasn't enough. Gohan, despite being injured and drained, unleashed everything in one final Kamehameha clash. With Goku's spirit guiding him, he overwhelmed Super Perfect Cell completely, ending the battle once and for all. And that's when we pivot to BoJack Unbound. The timeline becomes pretty fascinating. The movie takes place not long after the Cell saga. Gohan hasn't aged a bit, and his appearance and strength are identical to his Cell game self, which means that when BoJack steps into the scene, he's staring down the exact same warrior who obliterated Cell at his absolute peak. Though you can argue that he actually got weaker since this was Gohan's plot to be weaker as the Cell games went on. After Gohan's legendary clash with Cell, it doesn't really seem like he kept pushing himself forward. By the time the Buu saga rolls around, both Goku and Vegeta openly point out how badly he's let himself go, with Vegeta mocking how soft Gohan has become and Goku straight up admitting he stopped training seriously. At best, maybe Gohan sparred occasionally here and there, but for the most part he abandoned fighting altogether once peace returned. That's why BoJack Unbound is so interesting. Despite not being years down the line, Gohan is still basically at the same strength when he fought against Cell. Yet, even that level wasn't enough against BoJack. The villain and his gang casually toyed with the Super Saiyan Gohan, who was stronger than even Goku had been during the Cell game. BoJack in particular is hyped to a ridiculous level, with sources saying he's unleashed energy that could shake a galaxy. Now translations have always been messy here and there, and some argue it could mean just one galaxy, and others suggest it might refer to the entire quadrant, which would mean countless galaxies. But since the dialogue doesn't go as far as explicitly saying he threatens a whole quadrant like Broly was said to, the safer interpretation is that BoJack is just galaxy tier. Still, a galaxy-busting opponent is nothing to sneeze at. And he was stomping Gohan without breaking a sweat until Goku literally punched through the afterlife to land a blow on BoJack and tell his son to quit holding back. That's when everything changes. Gohan finally snaps, transforming into Super Saiyan 2 and instantly wipes the floor with the entire crew. He doesn't just overpower BoJack's team, he blitzes through their strongest attacks and one-shots them in rapid succession. Even BoJack himself gets annihilated in a single decisive strike. So case closed, right? Galaxy-shaking BoJack outclasses solar system-busting Cell. Well, not exactly. The solar system claim is attached to Cell is often misunderstood. When Cell declares he has enough power to wipe out the solar system, the key word is enough. That doesn't mean that's all that he's capable of. It simply means that he has more than the required amount of energy to pull it off. The phrasing implies it's the bare minimum he could accomplish, not the ceiling of his strength. In fact, there's plenty of evidence suggesting Cell's true power is far beyond solar system level. When he first achieved perfection, Dende and Namek Elder Mori both foresaw his energy reaching a scale that threatened the entire universe. Later, when Cell charged up a Kamehameha, Piccolo remarked that attack shook the universe itself. And this is the Dragon Ball universe, which is infinite in size and split into 4 quadrants. Even Namekians light years away could sense the energy, with characters openly acknowledging that the universe itself could be wiped out. Some try to downplay this by pointing to Bulma's old claim that she had just scanned the edge of the universe, but that doesn't hold water. Bulma isn't a space traveler, and her tech knowledge doesn't equal cosmic awareness. Contrast with Jacko, an actual galactic patrolman who explicitly corrects the idea, saying that not only the Milky Way vasts beyond comprehension, but the universe itself is filled with countless galaxies and the scale is infinite. And then there's Cell's own words. When preparing his Kamehameha, he flat out says he'll blow away everything until a void of space remains. Even if you want to nitpick Piccolo's phrasing as if the universe itself was trembling, the sheer number of statements, visions, and reactions from characters point to Cell operating on a universal tier. To argue otherwise would be ignoring just how consistently he was portrayed at that level. So while Bojack might flex galaxy-shaking strength, Cell's portrayal leans towards the energy of beings who's reached across the entire infinite Dragon Ball cosmos, which makes the Cell versus Bojack matchup far less one-sided than it seems at first glance. When debating whether or not Cell could really be universal, one common counter is that the universe was never shown to shake, but the line of reasoning doesn't hold up when you actually look at Dragon Ball as a whole. Visuals aren't always provided for power scale effects, even when the statements confirm them. For instance, in the Cell saga itself, Goku senses Vegeta's energy and says it feels like the planet is crumbling. And while we never see the Earth itself visibly quake, we do see distant areas far removed from the battlefield, reacting to Vegeta's overwhelming aura. That's indirect evidence and not on-screen literism. The same logic applies to Cell. The franchise repeatedly makes use of this felt, not seen type of scaling. Android 18 during the Tournament of Power specifically says Jiren is making the whole world of Void tremble, but we don't see the world of Void shaking on screen. The statement itself, though, is accepted as fact. Similarly, when the Spirit Bomb is gathering universal energy in the Buu saga, the process is only narrated. We're not given a montage of every star system and realm contributing, yet we know that that's what happened. Lack of visual doesn't erase the reality behind the dialogue. And in Cell's case, we have an extra reason to take Piccolo's words seriously. The Daizenshuu explicitly confirms that beings like Kami and Dende, and by extension Piccolo, have the far-seeing arts. This ability lets them perceive what's happening across the lower realms, including the living world. So when Piccolo says Cell's Kamehameha is shaking the universe, he isn't guessing or exaggerating. He's perceiving it directly the same way he sensed disturbances across the Earth earlier in the series. Piccolo is a consistent and credible narrator of events on this scale. If we accept that, the conclusion becomes obvious. Cell doesn't just measure up to Bojack, he eclipses him entirely. Even if you assume Bojack's full power could pressure or even temporarily put Perfect Cell down, it wouldn't matter because the moment Cell regenerates in a Super Perfect Cell, the fight is done. At that point, Cell has more raw output, better regeneration, and a wider arsenal of techniques than Bojack could ever hope to match. Remember, Cell isn't just a powerhouse, he's a composite fighter with the DNA and techniques of Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Frieza, and King Cold. That gives him adaptability, martial arts skill, and almost an unfair level of versatility. Bojack may have brute force and hype statements, but Cell has proven universal level energy, regeneration, instant transmission, a tactical mind, and a toolkit filled with techniques that Bojack has no counter for. So if we're being honest, this Cell versus Bojack debate isn't much of a debate at all once you scale Cell properly. Universal Cell is above galaxy-shaking Bojack every single time.
Yeah, I'm with that. Even though I'm a BoJack fan, BoJack does not have the tools to deal with everything that Cell has. And say Cell gets blown away by BoJack. BoJack is the type where he'll sit there, boast, and not do anything about it. Cell regenerates. He's stronger. And it's like, dang. Yeah, he's right. The moment Cell regenerates from any attack BoJack has, he just GG's him. Like, Cell could literally be a universal villain if he really wanted to. Mom, are you good? Okay, let's... Oh, jeez. Okay. Candido, I gotta go. Because I just noticed the time. So, let me get ready. So, thank you all. Hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time zone. And yes, I'm pretty sure this means Cell could actually be the first universal villain in Dragon Ball, because technically he could have been universal. He could have been universal, and also if he did get a Zenkai or something. Because thinking about it with Cell, especially if Cell came out and it's not Cell Max, like if actual Cell came back, bro, he'd be beyond universal. Think about it. Goku getting Ultra Instinct, Gohan getting Beast. He has the cells of all of them, plus Piccolo and Frieza. Bro, Cell would have been crazy. But okay, I gotta go. All of you have a good one. Good rest of your day or night, whatever time zone. I will see you all tonight. Tonight. I would have done another stream, but hey, gotta get a little bit of relaxation before work. So I'll see you all. So I'll see y'all.